Hi everyone, thank you so much for being here. My name is Jane, this is my channel, International Tarot. I wanted to do a quick message regarding private readings if you're interested, okay? I just put up a temporary booking page. I'm still building out my site, but it's only going to be available till June 14th, and then I'm going to be turning it off again because I have a visitor coming here to visit me in Bali, and I won't be able to be doing privates. And then again in July for only a couple weeks. Likely I'm going to be moving to Europe after the middle of July or into early August. So it's going to be kind of sporadic, and I apologize for that, but I just got to work around my schedule a little bit. So thank you so much again, and enjoy your reading. Hello Sagittarius, how are you? Welcome to your June 2017 love reading. Thanks so much for being here. So let's go ahead and get started, okay? I've already prepared the deck for you. Okay, coming out, Hero of Swords and Nine of Swords. A lot of mental activity going on here. I'm seeing you coming out as this Hero of Swords, okay? So I'm gonna make an assumption, I guess. Let's see how well this goes. Okay, I'm assuming that something has come to light from someone that you love or that you care about, and you have no idea what to do about it. And likely a lot of mental activity, likely a lot of stress. And this will also come from all angles of life, not just love. So you've got a lot going on with work, you've got a lot going on with family and friends and social activities, and like, I'm kind of even sensing that there's some secrets maybe also being kept here as well. This isn't normally the card of secrets, but I don't know if you're handling it. I mean, Sagittarius, you're like amazing. You can handle a lot, but I think that your biggest concern is hurting someone. You're a very independent entity, right? You want to be there, and to an extent you are, but you have stuff to do. You've got to, this is a picture of a warrior consoling his wife and offering respect and love towards her, but yet he still walks out the door to go to battle. Some of you may be even feeling guilty about something as well, or maybe someone is trying to make you feel guilty, okay? The one torn asunder in the foundational position. It's like the Hanged Man in the traditional deck. So suspension, delay, things not coming to fruition, but also a chance and also an opportunity for you to see things differently. So make sure, okay. I mean, it's not a bad thing all the time. And this may be something that you're actively doing. You're actively taking time, actively trying to see things differently, or trying to see someone differently, or trying to see your life differently, okay? I mean, there's a whole bunch of ways that this could be going for you. This is kind of like the eye of the storm, okay? Because there's definitely a little bit of a storm going on in your mind with the Nine of Swords. And this is the quiet moment. This is the step outside, take a breath, just like take this opportunity of hiatus the universe is naturally granting you over the next week or so. It's just like, here, take a break. And just like, you know, there may be even an element of a lot of second guessing yourself. Like, you may start to do something or start to say something specifically to this person, and you may start that process, but then be like, nope, I can't, I'm not ready yet. You know, if you're not ready, don't do it, because the universe will get you ready, okay? You're not going to be in this Hanged Man phase forever. Okay, now this may be an ongoing thing, right? It's going to have a lot to do with Saturn going retrograde in your sign as well, where just not a lot of change well, I'm not going to say that. That's kind of an over exaggeration, but I'll say it for visualization purposes, but don't hold me to it. Where I'm saying not a lot of change has occurred in your life over the past, year, whatever. I'm not really saying that your life is exactly the same. What I'm more saying is that maybe there's actually been a resistance to change, or an aversion to change, or the changes that you are trying to implement have just not gone very smoothly. Let's say that, okay, that they haven't gone smoothly. Ten of Swords, this may be a continuation of something, right? Like maybe a new issue came up, or maybe not even a new issue. It could just be kind of the same issue. Ten of Swords, something that really did a number on you. And Sagittarius, you've been going through a lot in your romantic lives. You have been going through a lot, and I know you're powering through, and I know you're doing everything that you can to be there for your partner, or you're doing what you can to show how much you love and show how much you care about them. And in spite of your circumstances and maybe your even stress levels and mental state, you're still like in a very service-oriented place, in a very giving place. You might be a little bit withholding though. A lot of mental, Ten of Swords, Nine of Swords. I'm so happy that this is in the past though, right? I'm happy that it's in the past. Some of you may be feeling, again, guilty. Someone may be making you feel guilty. Some of you may be feeling guilty for doing what you want to do. Eight of Coins. I haven't seen that one come out yet in all the signs I've done so far. It's about putting your head down and really going to work. A lot of you really may just be focusing on doing what you need to do. Now, if you're in a relationship, this is the small, mundane parts of the relationship. It's picking up the groceries, it's doing the dry cleaning, it's doing your fair share of the housework, it's bringing in your side of the income. Again, it's just doing what you're expected to do, doing what you're supposed to do. Not a lot of creativity here, not a lot of expansion here. It's just like clockwork type of stuff, okay? And I think it's healthy for you because of what you've gone through. So much mental, it's like taking it out of your mind and putting it into your hands and getting your hands to channel the stress and the energy into a productive manner, which is a really beautiful thing. Like you're trying not to remain in your head. Sagittarius, you are the thinkers of the zodiac, you're the philosophers, so you can get trapped a little bit in your mind and overthinking things and going a little bit down the rabbit hole, kind of like a Libra or an Aquarian as well. And so I'm happy to see this more productive side of you coming out. So you may have a really good month in the realm of just getting things done, and maybe you've just been so hung up in all of this that was kind of lagging, so now you're trying to catch up and get to where you're supposed to be. Ace of Coins coming out in the thoughts. You're in the thought of something new, maybe something new. This is actually what I was going to say, and I stopped myself, but I was like, maybe there was something new that came in. Like, I'm sensing that there was either you disappointed someone or someone disappointed you, all right? And I'm feeling like this is the same thing, and I don't know why. Like, an Ace of Coins is a new opportunity for you to have the same thing that already put you through this. So, like, some of you, maybe you went through a breakup and then you have the opportunity for a new relationship and you're like stressed out about it. So you're like, no, I'm just gonna go to work. I'm not gonna think about that right now. It's not in the cards for me, or think of it, expand your mind, open your mind to how that could apply to you. But this is a new opportunity coming in. Nine of Wands. Yes, very guarded, very standoffish. I think you're really waiting for something that you feel is worth fighting for as well. Like maybe this in the past was something that was so hard and so trivial and something that you didn't really see was in line with your greater good, and it just wasn't like, you didn't feel that it was worth it, can bring about that sense of failure. There may be fear of failure again as well. But this guarded, protective energy, you're being very protective of yourself, which I don't really see anything wrong with that unless you're in a relationship. And then this can really affect the partnership. So if you are committed to someone, please be cognizant of how you are communicating, okay? If you're single and you don't have to communicate with a significant other, then you don't need to worry about it, right? But if you have someone that's like, talk to me, please tell me what's going on, it will be in your best interest to at least say, you know what, I'm going through stuff, I'm dealing with something, this is what it is, and I think my efforts are really better focused on like my work and creating things and not worrying so much about the past, okay? And to not accept maybe new opportunities that are coming in at this particular moment and just get my hands busy, okay? And maybe that's in your best interest. So just be cognizant depending on your situation. Yeah. Strength coming out in your environment. Strength is a beautiful thing. Strength and courage. Let me make sure it's still on camera. Okay. Strength and courage and willpower and perseverance. It goes very well. Again, the 8 of coins with the 8 of the major arcana, so they mirror each other. This is like the ruler of the 8s. So yeah, it's just like chipping away, doing your thing, doing what you got to do, and not really letting anything really pull you back. This is all very backward motion, okay? And I'm seeing a little bit of like purposeful distractions, but again, not in a destructive way, a constructive way, which is really good. The Siren in the reversal. You may have been dealing with, I mean, obviously the Siren and the 10 of Swords are the same thing. Are you afraid that it's not gone, or are you hopeful that it is? Maybe both, likely both. Have you broken free? This is hard, right? This is really, really hard. And it takes a long time to get to this 10 of Swords place, but it is behind you. It is in the past position. I'm happy this didn't come out in your thoughts or in your environments or anything like that. It's just a hope and a fear, meaning that now it's kind of either a memory or it's a facade or it's a mirage. It's not real. And the 5 of Wands. You know, if you were involved with someone, or if you are, and you kind of went through I'm seeing a lot of like maybe butting of the heads, and there may be continued quarrels because of it, and it can also be because of your lack of communication. If that's what's happening, it's super, super important, Sagittarius. I cannot reiterate this enough, that if you are in a serious relationship, to please communicate. If you are watching this because you are in love with a Sagittarius, okay, or you want a relationship with one, please know that their silence likely is just them processing and trying to like get back on track. And the last thing they need right now is pressure, okay? You'll need to decide whether or not that's fair for you or not, you know? It can't always be all about the other person, but at the same time, they need space. This 5 of Wands concerns me because it is about competition, it is about quarreling and petty discussion, and, you know, I see it often as like a more sibling rivalry type of thing. And in relationships mixed with these 3 cards, I mean these other, well, this one too, I mean, well, actually there's a lot of cards here that speak to this being fighting and quarreling. So maybe some of you aren't entirely out of the woods yet, right? Like I feel like you're wanting something completely new here with the Ace of Coins. The thought of something new freaks you out, but you're not really clinging to the past either, which is why you've got this, right? The Hanged Man. let me shuffle here. The Shipwreck Tower. A lot of dramatic cards for you, Sagittarius, but you know, I think the worst of it is over. Whatever it is you've gone through, the worst of it is over. And you are likely in the reconstruction phase. Okay, so if you went through a hard time with your significant other, you've made that, I see this as the universe smacking you back on track. I haven't really been saying that for a long time, but that's really what it is, right? Again, you're in the eye of the storm. Here was the storm, the shipwreck. You were off course. So the universe has put you where you need to be. I don't know where that is. You're likely looking at your past and being like, what a big pile of rubble that was. Like, what a mess. So, I mean, maybe a little bit of denial here, right? A little bit of suppression. I don't see it as being, you know, too bad, but just maybe for some of you a little bit. Not wanting to deal with it, not wanting to talk about it, not wanting to, you know, dredge it up and you know, what's the, beat a dead horse, you know. But I love the shipwreck, especially from an emotional sense, because it lends itself to change. And it's always changed for the better. It might have been really, really hard going through it, but it always brings you to the right place. And the Artisan of Wands, well, this is your card, Sagittarius, the architect, designing, calculating, thinking, you know, projecting angles and thinking from all angles as well. Angles and perspective is really in your foundation here. Angles and perspective really kind of driving the essence of the whole reading. Thinking about things from their standpoint, even a little bit of reflection, I believe, as well, and trying to give yourself a realistic perspective of what happened or what is happening, okay? This Ace of Coins is really drawing me for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. It is really speaking to me though, and I think it has a lot to do with maybe a desire or some form of manifestation of a, like, payback, you know, like the universe paying you back for something that, for what you went through. And the Star, healing, hopes, optimism, idealism, a little bit of eccentricity. I often see it as, you know, like more bohemian as well. Like maybe some of you took an interesting turn for a while and maybe were a little bit experimental or something and did something that was a little bit out of the ordinary and went against the grain. Four of Coins. Now is a time for reflection. It's really time for you to look at and analyze your desires, the things that you value, okay? Some of you may be valuing the wrong things, not all of you, but some of you may be valuing the more superficial aspects of life, all right? And you may be working for the money, which will never leave you satisfied. Again, I think it's more of a distractionary tactic more than anything. But you may be kind of going into a little bit of a stubborn state as well, because you don't want to, like I said, if someone new kind of brought something to you, or like a new person was like, hey, I'm interested in you, and you're like, oh geez, like I can't go through this again, I just went through all of this, like please leave me alone, kind of thing. But it's interesting, I think, for you to think about yourself in a different way, and to think about yourself, you know, if you're one of the steadfast single Sagittarians, you're like, well, what would a relationship be like? Like maybe you tried to have a relationship with someone and it didn't work out, and now you have another opportunity for a relationship, and you're like, well, what would it be like if it worked? Or what would it be like if I wasn't so into dating? You know, and if you're in a relationship and this was a fight, or this was a disagreement, or a difference in values, difference in, you know, direction or path, maybe you're like, well, what would it be like if I agreed to it, or if I decided to go along with it and didn't worry so much, or didn't fight against it so much, or vice versa, right? You know, you may be even thinking if your partner were to do something, it doesn't always have to be on you, you know. Open your mind. Enchantress of Swords in your thoughts. Someone in your thoughts, someone here, not you. A good match for you, though. I feel like there's been an air sign lingering around you for a while. This is the card of Libra. Could be another air sign, Aquarius or Gemini as well. They seem to be quite turned upside down. Okay. They could be quite either not communicating with you, or they may have like brought you an offer. Maybe they were someone interested in you and then they just like totally disappear, right? It's like, well, here, I'm interested in you, and then crickets, and you don't hear from them again. This is usually reversed because of fear. It's usually reversed because of insecurity, and maybe there's even a little bit of resentment toward you as well, okay? Maybe they are angry with you. Maybe they are trying to cut you out for their own good. You know, there's any number of reasons why this could be reversed, and why they aren't feeling like tip-top, and why they're not like totally being the best version of themselves. But they definitely love you, and they definitely are looking at you. And the Eight of Cups. You know, this is a card of movement. I feel like it's like silent movement. Like you're silently distancing yourself from what happened. You're silently moving on. Dredgefully, another 8, right? We have an 8 of coins, 8 of cups, 8 of, you know, major strength. This is always a hard process to do. It's something that you believe in. It's something that you are defending, though. There's a reason why you are moving away from this. 9 of coins. Some of you really just want to be independent right now. And, you know, if you're married, it's just, you just don't need your partner right now. You just need to do stuff for yourself. There's a lot of passion with this 9 of coins. I always feel that it's a very passionate place, passionate about yourself, passionate about your own goals, your own ambitions, your own what have you, and passionate about creating a life for yourself. Now, you are an independent person. I said that in the very, very beginning. You know, here you are. You care about someone, you love them, you console them, but when you're done, you're just going to soldier on and move on and go do your thing. You need someone to be very independent, right? You need an independent partner. And you will love them and shower them with service and kind words and do all that stuff all day long. But at the end of the day, you have an explorer's spirit, right? So it's important for you to maintain that sense of self-identity. And the 2 of Cups mixed with the Siren reversed. Fear that it's over, or hope that it's over. Fear that the friendship is broken. I don't know why I said friendship. Some of you may have like ended a relationship and became friends, tried to be friends. Maybe it's not working. It's likely not working more for the other person, not you. And the Hierophant, another break in the institution. So a lot of independent energies for you, Sagittarius. Oh, we have another layer to do still. A lot of independent energies. A lot of aversion to tradition, or a lot of aversion to what's expected, maybe. I I don't know. I don't think that there's anything like really that negative about this other than the healing part, because you obviously have been going through something. This can be tough, but I don't see anything. This is a very like pensive and very, you know, we all go through stages where we're like, ugh, I don't want a relationship, or ugh, I don't want to do what everyone else is doing. I just want to go do my own thing. And we do kind of always have a little bit of rebellion in us at times. You know, and this person can very often have really, really high expectations and really have a lot that they want to take from you. You, Sagittarius, or anyone, whenever a queen or a king is in the reversal, they do tend to take, and they do tend to dictate and try to tell you what to do. And, you know, it's a very forceful energy at times. But I think that maybe their entrance or their new offer, if it's the same person that you're currently involved with, is not something that you're really that interested in. I think it is giving you a lot of anxiety right now. And the Hermit, well, there you go, the Hermit mode. Yeah, you were thrown from the ship and now you're in a cave, and there you are, Hermit mode. You are hermit moding. They might be hermit moding as well. It's okay. I think it's for the best for everyone involved, because otherwise it's going to cause drama and it's not going to be productive. Like, you guys kind of need to reset, push the reboot button, and like, you haven't, like, maybe you've already rebooted, but you need to like wait for the system to start up. Okay. And the Seven of Cups. Yes, obviously makes perfect sense. I don't know why I've been seeing this as like more of not necessarily emotional confusion or a lot of options. I mean, some of you may be really considering options. Maybe some of you have recently become single, so now you're like dating and trying to find appropriate people or whatever. But I often, or like now lately with this month, I've been seeing this more as channeling this energy. You have a lot of channeling going on with the Eight of Coins, now Seven of Cups, right? Toward productive things. All right, toward productive things that are beneficial to you and beneficial to your life ultimately, for you. Two of Swords. A decision was made, plain and simple. The decision was made, likely not the happiest about it, not what you wanted, but what needed to be done. Definitely a limbo, again, another of that like hiatus. Don't stress so much if you feel like you just don't know, okay? Clarity will come. You have angels around you, you have people around you that do care, and you have the presence of others. Don't feel too disconcerted that you just like, and also don't reflect back too much and feel like you made a bad decision. I don't think you guys made a bad decision, or I don't think that the change was that bad. You may feel like you just got out of a war a little bit, some of you, but ultimately the moonlight will clear and the sun will rise, and you will find clarity and you will find peace in what it is that you are and where it is that you're going. And the Three of Coins, another like really concrete, like, this is a card of good communication. So eventually there will be communication. Eventually the air will clear. And I think that this is, for those of you in relationships that have gone through a little bit of turmoil, some of you may be considering counseling, or some of you may be considering going to speak to someone. I think that might be good if that's something you're on board with and your partner is also on board with, although it's likely they might not be on board with. For those of you who are single, this could be someone that you haven't had a relationship with yet, because there is that association with something new. And they are kind of quietly watching from the sidelines, I feel. Like I said, there's an element of voyeurism going on, and they might be, maybe, I don't know if it's you or them, or maybe both of you trying to, the word creativity is coming to my mind right now with the Three of Coins. This is a card of creativity, but it's like, I feel like if you're single and this is someone new, this would be a very different kind of relationship for you. It wouldn't be the Hierophant. It wouldn't be like the Two of Cups, okay? It would be someone that would respect that independence of yours, because they themselves are also very independent as well. And I am seeing maybe even 3, like maybe this was something with someone and this is someone new. So maybe some of you are dealing with 2 people, therefore the retreat, right? And you're like, oh, I gotta take a break. I gotta really figure this out. This is definitely a desire for something different, a desire for something bigger, and a desire for something that you've never had before. 3 of Cups. See, it's superficial, but again, 3 and 3, a lot of like 3 women. 3 women, 3 women, 3 women. Even 3 women in this card as well. 3 women here. It's weird, right? I mean, that's weird. 3 people. Not saying y'all have 3 suitors, maybe some of you do, but maybe there's 3 people involved. Right now I'm getting the 3 of Cups. I think what you need now is just lightness, right? It's been too heavy for too long, and you just need to like lighten it up. Some of you may really just be going out and being social and just like really trying to get your mind away from it, really trying to heal from it, and that's it, right? It's a very positive progression, a really, really positive. I'm super excited for you guys. I think you're all headed in a very beautiful direction. And in the upcoming months, the moonlight will clear and you'll find yourself in a completely different place. 6 of Coins, card of giving and service, gratitude as well, balance, investments. You may have made a large investment in something, a relationship, made a large investment in something. I'm wondering how much you gave. There was maybe an imbalance in how much was being given. And now 2 of Wands. The Enchantress of Cups. Maybe there are 2 options for you. Fire and water, completely different. Weird, I'm seeing like a gazing. Are you standing from afar in your hermit hole, your little cave after your shipwreck, and now you're like trying to figure out your life, and you're looking at these 2 people and you're saying like, what makes the most sense? How do I make the most of this situation? Now, this is someone I'm seeing I'm seeing distinct people. But if you have just one person, they are very different, right? On different days of the week. One day they're cold and cutting, and then the next day they might be a little bit possessive. I'm going negative because they're reversed, okay? If you're dealing with 2 different people, this one is highly emotionally invested. This one is not. But this one, I think, is, I'm getting the word hurt. This one is hurt. I don't know why I saw an image of like a bird with a broken wing, because like her arm, the way I'm seeing it from a reversal, it's like a broken wing. Like she's hurt. This one, again, very intense. So I don't know which one maybe you are involved with or not, but again, there may be overreactions to things in both directions, maybe a little bit overly possessive or overly jealous, and then overly distant and overly cold and mean, okay? So I don't know how that's gonna speak to you guys. Put in the comments, let me know. But this is a really, really something that you may need to continue to deal with. I don't know if that issue is completely over. Yeah, it makes sense. 5 of Wands. This is someone that you'll need to deal with, all right? And they're not happy. They're definitely not happy, and there may be a little bit of a controlling nature. I don't like her in reverse. The other ones I can do. The other 3 queens I can do. It's okay. But I don't like her because she can be very, very intense and can almost like wish harm, right? Not want you to be successful, not want you to be well, which is so anti-Sagittarian. You know, it's a very opposite, fire and water, whereas here you have air and water, so there's a little bit more compatibility with this one. So I don't know, however you guys see it, however you guys need it to be, that is what it is. Sagittarius, just take your time. No one is really pressuring you. If you feel pressure, you don't need to respond or react to it. It's your life, it's your decision, it's the way you need to be, you know. So just allow it to unfold organically, and there's no need to try to make someone happy. Okay? They need to make themselves happy, both of them. Whoever it is, they both need to make themselves happy. Okay? I wish you nothing but the best. Good luck, and I will see you in a couple weeks with the generals, all right? Bye.